Good evening, everyone. We are so happy to be here once again. Welcome to the Wealth Wednesday show, a show where we get to discuss more about money and business management. And we are so excited to have you join us today, as well as having a guest all the way from Iran. Her name is Elham Mir Mohammadi. And we are so happy to everyone that has been able to join us. If you haven't, please share this link to your friends, your family, anyone that you believe they can benefit. You may as well share it on your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, so we can get to all learn something. And I would also encourage you to keep on subscribing to our YouTube channel, turn on notification, and ensure that you watch our videos so that you can get to acquire money skills at your convenience. You may follow us on our Instagram page at Financial Wellness Center, and also you may visit our Facebook page, Financial Wellness Center. So without taking much time, allow me to give our guest speaker tonight the platform so she can introduce herself and tell us a little bit about what she does. Then we can get into the show. Miss Elham, welcome.
Thank you, Sheila. It's great to be here, and thanks for having me. Uh, I am working as a financial literacy researcher and instructor in financial literacy in Financial Intelligence Academy in Iran. Our institution was established in 2017, and we've been trying to provide scientific and credible resources on financial literacy. We have translated and edited more than 100 books, and also we developed students, women, the elderly, and university students. This is what we've done so far.
That's super amazing. Especially translating financial books to suit the people within your
Sorry, I
geographical.
cannot hear you.
And now, can you hear me?
Yeah, exactly. Uh,
Yeah.
I think there is still internet. Yes, yes, now I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, it's what you're doing is superb because, especially being able to translate financial books so that those people who cannot read certain languages are still able to get the knowledge and information. It's something that's just super amazing to our community and world, especially when it comes to, matters of finances. So as you
Mhm.
mentioned, you work with the Financial Intelligence Academy, and your work is to ensure people get financial education. Uh, in your perspective, what is financial education?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, financial education is a set of knowledge, attitudes, and abilities. It actually includes three steps. First, actually, we get the right financial knowledge. What is money? Where it comes from? Where it goes? I mean, how should we spend and save? How should we invest? And so on. Second, it creates and it shapes a positive attitude towards money. I mean, money is very important, not just for the sake of it, but because it changes life and it leads to better choices. And third, it develops financial skills. By acquiring all these, we can actually first make wiser financial decisions, and second, implement those decisions properly, right? So the aim of financial education is to help people understand financial concepts and manage their money better. It's a very important life skill to people should grasp for good financial well-being and better quality of life.
Absolutely true, especially better quality of life and understanding money. We cannot say we don't touch money. At some point in our life, you will grow and you will have to touch money. Sometimes even on a daily basis, you have to buy something, you have to buy milk, you have to buy sugar. That is money. So understanding how to handle and manage money is very, very important. Now, why do you think it's important to learn about money? We just said we handle it daily, but could there be any other reasons?
Yeah, it's important to learn about money and money management because they're both part of financial education. Let me put it this way, the importance of financial education is like the importance of eating food. We go out, buy food, and eat on a daily basis in order to have enough energy to. Hello, I
Yes,
think
I
something is
can hear you.
wrong.
No, 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 it's okay.
Uh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I was saying that it's like eating food. We eat food on a daily basis. So in order to have enough energy to do our work, it's all the same about money. We're dealing with money every day, and the flow of money in our life gives us a particular quality. But does the fact that we are dealing with money every day mean that we are prepared for it? Is it the kind of skill that we learn from our parents? Because there are skills like walking that we learn from our parents, but do they teach us to exercise? Of course not, unless they are athletes, of course. Our parents' experiences do not necessarily give us the right knowledge, skills, and abilities. Another good example is actually the comparison between doing sports professionally and public exercise. We all agree that we should do exercise in order to have better and healthier condition, and it's not only for professional athletes. It's all the same about money management and financial education. It's not only for people who study economics or finance. It's essential for everybody who actually in order to have a healthy financial life. Um, our everyday life, our future life depends on money, and it is involved with money. So at an early age, we start getting pocket money from our parents. We get, I know, gift cards on our birthdays or different occasions. But the fact that money is an important part of our life does not mean that we are doing the right thing. Spending money does not mean we know how to spend, or earning money does not mean we know the best ways of earning. What I want to say is that financial education is a very professional kind of education, and we cannot say that, okay, I'm going to learn it over time. No, well, we should start at an early age so that we don't have to learn it the hard way. I mean, through life. First, we have to acquire the knowledge and then experience it.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And I agree with you. Our parents teach us how to walk, they teach us how to talk. and all other manners, but they don't, it's very rare you find a parent who will teach you about money. And so that brings the importance of financial education and why people need to learn about money. And I like the point you said, earning more doesn't mean you know how to manage money. Having studied a business or any degree that is associated with money doesn't mean you know how to manage money. It has to come from, you accepting and deciding that I want to know how to manage money. And you mentioned something about kids and us not being taught about money, yet we are being given pocket money, we are being given birthday gifts sometimes in form of money. And why do you think financial education is not taught in schools? Because sometimes even see a birthday party being held in a school, because maybe the birthday falls in a school day, and sometimes they even give the kid money. So why do you think, why is it financial education not being taught in schools?
Okay, as I pointed out before, financial education should be taught at an early age because the roots of financial behaviors are formed in childhood, in the family, and in school. Some schools around the globe have started actually financial programs, especially in European countries like Germany, like Ireland, France, Finland, or Sweden. On the other hand, the lack of financial education is seen in some other countries for different reasons. The most important reason, I suppose, is the educational paradigms. I mean, it was said for a long time that important subjects like mathematics, physics, science, or even literature should be taught in schools because they lead students to have better lives. So the educational paradigm was more subject oriented, and schools grow according to that kind of paradigm. But recently, schools and educational systems are changing directions. They are actually changing directions towards more uh, skill-based and skill-oriented paradigm, and life skills like anger management, like financial literacy or media literacy or effective communication are becoming more and more important compared than before. So the second reason uh, is that moving beyond that traditional paradigm is a complicated and a very time-consuming process, especially for countries with more centralized educational systems. I mean, educational systems are usually resistant to changes, and this is the reason why financial education is an afterthought compared to traditional subjects like uh, mathematics or physics. Last but not least, financial literacy itself has been recently introduced as a life skill. I mean, it's a very new and a recent phenomenon, and that is why it is not yet the core of curriculum,
Yeah, I
at
totally
the core of
agree
curriculum.
with. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Alham. Changing the curriculum is very tiresome, and that's why some schools or even countries are somehow scared to, change it to be more of skill based, as well as include things like financial education. And since you spoke about this curriculum, I know financial education entails a lot of things. So, what are the money lessons that you think should be taught in schools or we should be teaching in our schools? I'm really sorry. It seems that we have lost her. Miss Elham is the member of Financial Intelligence Academy all the way from Iran. And tonight she is sharing with us more on what money topics needs to be taught in our schools. Welcome back, Elham. I was just asking you, you mentioned something to do with the curriculum and I know um, financial education entails a lot of things. So, what do you think are the key topics that or lessons that should be taught in our schools?
Yeah, uh, that's a great question. Some knowledge, there is no need to discuss how and when it should be taught. Um, it is clear, it is obvious that what should be taught from the first grade to the 12th grade. I mean, based on students' mental growth. Uh, also, standards for financial literacy provide a framework for teaching personal finance, and this might be a little different from one country to another, but we can say that it's structured and mature knowledge. To answer this question, I should say that there is a hierarchy, basically hierarchy in financial education. It means that children Hello?
We lost you at the
Can
point
you
where
hear
you
me
say
now?
there's a hierarchy.
Yeah, they should be
Yes, we can hear.
educated depending on their age.
Mhm.
Yes, I was saying that there is hierarchy in financial education. It means that children are educated depending on their age group and step by step. Okay. So, based
Mhm.
on a Jumpstart coalition standards, which are the most famous ones, by the time students graduate from high school, they must finish all the main six topics, which are actually saving and spending, credit and debt, investment, employment and income, making financial decisions, and risk and insurance. Uh, but for example, according to these standards, investment is not a topic for first grade students in elementary school because first they have to learn about saving and then investing.
Mhm.
Or hello?
Yes.
Or they cannot be taught about compound interest unless they're familiar with a simple interest rate. It's the same thing about
Mm.
credit and debt, because at this age, students are involved with the activities like lending and borrowing. So it's better to start with more, concepts like generosity or giving. So it's what I want to say is that it's just a matter of hierarchy, and what needs to be done is we should just set the precedence.
Yeah, I totally agree with you about the fact of setting a hierarchy because as a child grows, then their mind grows and their capacity to understand certain topics um, grows as well. And this gets me into thinking, do we have like a specific age that we can say this is the right age to introduce financial education to students?
Mhm. But according to these standards, to start actually financial education is preschool or the age of 5. Because at this age, kids can start counting. They may buy things, or they may get money as a gift. Sometimes they are rewarded for doing some chores around the house, so they can understand the banknote or the coin they have can buy something out there for them. They may not understand the exact value of it, but they know that it is valuable. So they are actually mentally prepared. We believe that 5 is the best age to be acquainted with money and money management, because between the age of 5 to 7, they are able to compare different kind of money, and as they grow older, they can identify the value of the different banknotes and coins. They can also allocate money to stuff like they save it and buy a present for my mom. In our educational system,
Yeah.
5-year-old and 6-year-old kids can attend preschool. Another thing I wanted to add is that the latest research of Cambridge University actually indicates that attitudes and habits towards money are set for life when kids are young, prior to age 7. So the sooner we start teaching them, the better. In an interview I had with Sam Rennick, a financial literacy guru, maybe you know him. He made a good point saying that kids, from the time they are born, are learning machines. Their ears and their eyes soak in and soak up information. They cannot articulate it, but habits and attitudes are forming.
Mm. I think we lost you at the point where you said habits and attitudes are formed while the kids are still not able to talk. That is in reference to Sam X Renick of Sammy Rabbit. Maybe you can, and I think I totally agree with both of your perspectives. And most of the attitudes that
Yes.
we show as adults right now, um, they were formed when we were still young. So, to our audience, if anyone has a question, feel free to drop it in the comment box there or the chat box. And our guest speaker, Miss Elham from Financial Intelligence Academy, will be able to answer regarding money topics that needs to be taught in our schools as well as in our families. We don't leave everything to the teacher. We need to also be part of the child's growth. So, as we wind up, how can we implement teaching money lessons in schools? Because we've seen um, a lot of people are campaigning for financial education to be in schools, but we've seen very few schools starting to take that idea up. So, how do you think we can push forward to ensure that these lessons are being implemented in our schools, just like mathematics?
Yes. There are holding events with the purpose of teaching kids about money by using various methods like holding a contest, playing games, and singing songs. Events mostly have a specific topic like, saving or budgeting and last for some hours. The second is a continuous curriculum, which is more productive and effective. It is divided into two categories, optional or compulsory. Optional means that students can choose to attend the class or not. But in the second
Yes.
way, financial literacy is part of the curriculum. Again, compulsory curriculum is divided into two other categories. First, it
Mm,
is a separate financial literacy course, and students should pass the course during the school year. And second, it is
mm,
integrated with other lessons like economics, math, or social science. I believe the best way is a compulsory curriculum, and which is actually a separate course.
mm.
In Iran, mostly kids are taught about financial literacy through events, and we don't have a continuous curriculum in our educational system yet.
Yeah, I really resonate with your perspective. It needs to be made to be a continuous learning thing, not just play games about money today, then the next time you play the same games is after 5 years when the child has already is almost graduating from maybe primary school. I think if we make it, as well as I think even making it compulsory will be better, because at the end of the day we will touch money after school. Everyone touches money in their life, whether you are a president or just a normal person, you have to handle money. So thank you so much, Miss Elham, for your great information. I personally have learned a lot, and I know my audience has also learned quite a number of things. We sincerely apologize for the technical hitches here and there, but I believe we have been able to get the points that Miss Elham shared. So maybe you could, give us your parting shots where people can find you, and maybe the last money principle you'd want us to remember.
Oh, just as soon as possible. This is this is the most important thing that I can say. It's never too late to learn about money.
Yeah. Yeah, so I totally agree with you. It's never too late to learn about money. Some people think, oh, now I'm 40, I'm 45, I'm past learning about money. It's never too late. As Elham has said, you can always learn. So maybe you could tell us how people can reach out to you in case they need to ask a question or to find out more. Maybe you could share with us.
Yes, they can reach me at edi.mirmohammadi81@gmail.com. This is my email address, and also I have an Instagram account, ilham.mirmohammadi. I'm available to answer any question.
All right. Thank you so much once again, Miss Elham, for your precious time. We really appreciate and
Also, the
thank
same
you so.
address on LinkedIn.
Ah, sure. So you can find her on her accounts as she mentioned, and you can of course get to learn more. She talks about finances very well on her social accounts, so you can reach out and get to learn more. So until then, we really thank you and thanks to our precious audience. We hope you've learned something. If you have any question, any feedback, feel free to drop in the chat box or in the comments section. So until then, we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on notification, stay safe, and let's keep living financially healthy. Goodbye.